Hayden from Whatco Electrical, and this is a day in the life of an electrician in Wiltshire. It's actually 20 past 8 now, so it's quite a late start for me. The reason being is my first job of the day postponed. It was just a small job. I think their lights haven't replaced. I think that's what they said. Normally on a Monday, what I do is I order all my materials for the next week, and I'll have them delivered later on this week. I normally do that in the evening when I get home. I'll send an email to the wholesalers, but for now I'm just gonna sort of get started on that, or I have got started on that. I'm just getting ready to nip to the wholesaler now, so I've got to pick up some other bits. The dog's barking at nothing as usual. Snoop. Woo! He's barking at nothing as usual. Just about to nip to the wholesalers now. Got a couple of bits I need to pick up for my house. I've just put in a temporary supply up to our shed. We've only moved in a couple of weeks ago, but I've chucked a temporary supply up to the shed, which has got a freezer in it and some outside lights along our fence. But if you turn, I've just got it on a plug top for now, but if you turn the plug top off on inside the main house, it obviously turns off the freezer at the top, which we don't want. So I'm getting a wireless switch and receiver. Receiver will go at the top in the shed, and then we'll just have the wireless switch in the house. So if we want to turn the lights off at night, just click the switch and the lights will turn off. So I'll show you that a little bit later if I get it done today. My bits, picked up my bits. I've got wireless switch, wireless receiver. This receiver is Wi-Fi connected, so I can link that to my Alexa, because this is for my house. I can link this to my Alexa. I can turn it on for an app. And these are also dimmable as well. I won't be using the dimming function on it, but I've got it, in case arrangements change, I can have it dimmable if I wanted. And all you do, this is just a normal switch. You just click and hold the switch, the lights will dim down, and they'll start going back up again. You just let go of the switch at your desired brightness. First job is in Laycock. Laycock's quite popular for filming because of the way it looks. So things like Harry Potter were filmed here. Downton Abbey was filmed here as well, along with a whole host of other TV shows and films, I guess. But it's super picturesque. I'll see if I can set you up on a tripod as I drive around, if the camera don't fall over. I'll just drive around and let you have a little look for those of you that have not been to Laycock before. We're having some tripping issues at this job. We had loads of spotlights in, but there was something wrong with the cable that goes from a switch over in that corner down to this switch here, and that was two-way switching as well for all of these. So what we've had to do, they've got upstairs as well, lights upstairs, so they've had to sacrifice their two-way switching for now, and then we've used a 3-core instead of a 2-way. We've just linked it to the live and neutral at the switch over there, which then comes down to here, so we can then power the upstairs lights as well. In the future, if they wanted, they could go for those wireless switches. I've got receivers or drivers up in these corners. So in the future, if they wanted, they could put receivers up there, then add the extra switches down here, so they could still keep their two-way switching. But that'd be something for the future if they wanted. Basically 5 o'clock. I don't know where the day's gone. I feel like that late start this morning's just made the day gone super quick. Been to the wholesaler, picked up some data cable for a job this week. and a few other little bits ordered ready for next week, which I didn't film. And I've just been to look at another job now for a regular customer of mine. Some electric gates aren't working, but that's not the reason I was there. It's just that they're on the same circuit. That's tripping, so I'll have to have a little look at that. It's in quite a cold, dampish area, or this annex that they've got, so it could be a damp issue somewhere causing nasty VO's trip. But I'm coming back here tomorrow to have a look, and we'll see what we can find. I've now got to try pick up a dishwasher. There's no room in the van, so I'm gonna have to try sling it in there somehow. A lot of rejigging about, I expect, and then I've got to go to another job on my way home, which is probably quite late now. There's a light I installed about a year ago, just over a year ago. It's now not working. Customer supplied light, so there's no warranty issues on my end. But hopefully the warranty on the customer's light is longer than a year, because like I said, it's been just over that now. But we'll see what the issue is when we get there. I think he said there's a few actual drops on it, pendant drops on it, but they've all gone instead of just one, so he thinks it's definitely not a bulb. And from what I can remember, it's not a 12 volt light fitting, so possibly dodgy connection my end. But I always use Wagos, and in theory it should be maintenance free. But yeah, interested to see what the issue is there. Right, that's it, me done for the day. It is 10 to 7, I think, 5 to 7, something like that. Later than I normally work, for sure. Luckily that light fitting was dead easy, really high ceiling, so got the big steps in, jumps up on the top. It jumps on the ladder, checked at the light fitting. There's no power there whatsoever, just the one cable coming through the ceiling. And it wasn't a 12 volt fitting either, it was a 230 volt G9 lamps. So for it's either a dodgy joint box in the loft, and I know there are joint boxes up there because I've been up there before. And I thought, well, I'm not jumping up there now because it's getting a bit late and I don't want to go making a racket. So I thought, just have a quick look at the switches, check for any loose connections. And it was two ways, top and bottom of the stairs. The first one I took off at the bottom of the stairs, the common popped out where it just snapped off. So I connected that back up, still nothing. Went upstairs. As soon as I started loosening the switch, the lights came back on. So luckily, nice easy fix, just a loose connection, which stresses the importance of EICRs. Get them done properly, and have things like that checked, because on a low load item like a light, it's fine. It's not fine, it is still an issue. On high load items, loose connection can mean burnt out switches, fires, and all sorts else.